Hey guys, what's up and welcome to today's video. My name's Caleb, I'm the Furniture Cowboy, and my wife and I have created a furniture flipping business here in Austin, Texas. Today we've got a bit of a fun video for you. We're going to be trying out the DIY wife's base, custom base for the first time. Actually, when I got this piece, that's not what I originally had planned for it, but we'll get into that in a bit. Without further ado, let's get right into it. As you guys may know, the first thing we always do is inspect the piece for damage, and right off the bat we've got a track that has fallen off, and we also have some pretty major water damage around the base. Had I known that this piece had all of this damage, I probably would not have even purchased it, but sometimes when I'm browsing Facebook Marketplace I get a little overzealous, and a good way to secure pieces, it definitely wasn't necessary with this one, but a good way to secure, like if you find an MCM piece or something like that, a good way to secure it is to message them and say, hey, I'd love to reserve this, can I go ahead and pay? I messaged the guy, he lived about 40 minutes away, he didn't have very high quality photos, I probably should have asked for more, but by the time I drove all the way there and inspected the piece, I could see that he had left it outside in the rain for quite a bit. It was just like sitting in his backyard, so that's a bit unfortunate, and if you do try to reserve a piece that way, you can kind of shoot yourself in the foot. With all that being said, I do still really like this piece. I love the look of the drawer fronts, how they have those 3 sections on each drawer, and I also like the hardware on this piece. Also, we had been wanting to try the DIY wife's base for a while, and this piece gave us the perfect opportunity. So this one did come with a bit of a backstory, but now that we've got that out of the way, we can move forward unperturbed, and this one's actually going to be a pretty easy flip. We're going to start off the same as we always do by removing those drawer pulls. While I've got the drawers out, I might as well go ahead and fix this track. So I'm going to go ahead and line everything up, get a new screw, and screw that right back in. Once we got that repaired, the next thing we're going to do is flip this bad boy upside down so we can take a look at the base. I thought we had a clip of me knocking the front of the base off, but if I can't find that, that's all you missed. I just knocked it off with a hammer, and now that that's off and it's flipped over, I'm just going to go ahead and remove all of those little screws because they can seriously dull whatever blade you're using to cut the base off. Once all those screws are removed, we're going to go right in with my new favorite tool, the work saw, and just cut that base right off. This tool comes with an awesome attachment that, there's definitely a name for it, but I'm just too lazy to look it up. I lied! I just looked it up. It's called a parallel guide. So basically you use an Allen key to set the distance of whatever you're following so that you can cut perfectly and not go, too deep or too shallow. And this was perfect for cutting off the base and only the base. After we get that base off, we move right on to cleaning the piece. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and do some wood filling and sand it down once it's dry. I'll take a break and let you guys watch this part. Now that everything is wood filled and we have some nice surfaces to paint on, I'm going to go ahead and wrap the drawers. There's actually a tool for wrapping drawers that we just got. Woo! So I'm so excited to not have to do it the old way anymore. But if you don't have that tool, it's just basically the same thing. A lot of cutting tape, a lot of cutting paper, a lot of measuring, and then just wrapping it all up. Now that we've got all those drawers wrapped up, we can go right in with the primer and prime without having to worry about any primer getting on the sides or the inside of the drawers. You might as well call me Witwicky, because this dresser is getting Optimus primed. Any Transformers fans out there? No? Anyway. Now that everything is primed and ready, we're going to go right in and paint the drawers and the body of this piece. For this one, we're going to be doing it in Artisan by Behr. We've been loving muted tones, and this muted orange is going to look awesome on this one. Alright, so 2 coats of primer, 2 coats of paint, and things are looking really nice. I love the finish that this has. Now that we're done painting, it's time to head over to Home Depot, and for the first time ever, I'm going to be buying wood at Home Depot. For the base, we chose to go with pine. If the piece that you're putting a custom base on is heavier, I would definitely go for a sturdy wood, a little bit better than pine. Pine's very soft, but pine's going to be just fine for this one. And while I'm at Home Depot, I always like to ask a random person there if they have any elbow grease. It always gives them a chuckle and brightens their day. So if you're interested in making this base, I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but you're going to need a 1x3 that's pretty long enough for the front and the sides, and you're also going to need some 2x2s of whatever wood you're choosing for the legs. So now that we've got those, I'm just going to pop on over to the table saw and carefully, not cutting any fingers, cut everything to length. While you're at Home Depot, I would also recommend getting a Craig jig. This thing is coming in huge for us. I guess you could try to freehand the kind of pilot holes for attaching the base, but I definitely wouldn't recommend it. This thing makes it so simple, and I think it was only like 10 to 20 bucks. Once we have our base assembled, we're going to go right ahead and pre-stain everything just to make sure that all of the pine absorbs the stain evenly. And we're going to go right ahead and stain. The stain we're using for this one is Varathane in the color Early American and American Walnut. So we go ahead and attach that base. We did end up spending around, I think, 15 bucks on wood, and obviously the higher quality wood you use, the more expensive that's going to be. But as you can see, I think the base made such a huge difference on this piece. It went from looking like it was probably all made of particle board, which the whole body is, to looking like it might all be made of solid wood, or at least to me that's how it looks now. I think the base gives the illusion that the whole piece is just high quality. My wife and I are looking a little more spiffy than usual as we wrap up this piece. I think we may have come from church, and it definitely feels weird doing furniture when you're in nice shoes. But you know what they say, dress for success. And we definitely feel like this piece was a huge success. We're just going to give it a couple coats of poly, go ahead and paint the hardware in pure gold by Rust-Oleum, and this piece came out great. Be sure to let me know what you guys think of this piece. Let me know what you think of the overall base and what it added to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys are awesome. Thanks for sticking around to the end. If you like this video and want to see more videos like it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, and if you want to let YouTube know that more people like you should see videos like this, be sure to click that like button. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.